In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to cornrow, but I'm going to be showing you how to do it for underhand style braiders. Braiders who braid like this instead of braiders who braid like this. I'm doing this because I'm a cosmetology instructor and I noticed a lot of my students have a difficult time learning how to braid with overhand like this here, which is a great way to do it, but there's more than one way to do the exact same thing. So in this video, if you find that you're an underhand braider, this one should help you out quite a bit. Stay tuned and be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. We're going to begin on freshly shampooed, conditioned, and blow-dried hair. By the way, this is my mannequin. You can find her at getglamfam.com. Absolutely love her. You can see she closely mimics natural hair. By blowing it out, it helps to prevent detangling, knotting, and thereby preventing breakage, and it just makes the process of braiding a lot quicker. As a cosmetology instructor, I've noticed that a lot of my students that struggle with learning how to cornrow struggle because they are natural braiders where they braid like this. The problem is most tutorials, and even myself up till now, have taught how to braid like this. So where does that leave people who don't naturally braid overhanded like that? Now this is a cornrowing tutorial, but it's going to be broken down from beginning steps. So if you don't need this part, skip forward, but I'm going to go ahead and show it from this part here first. Starting with just a small section in the back, I want to show you hand position right in through here. And I'm going to separate my hair into 3 sections just like this. I'm going to be pinching with my index finger and my thumb. So we're going to be going under, pinching that outside strand on the right, bring that middle strand over, and then go underneath my new middle strand to the left, to the right, and I'll go under the middle strand, add it to my right hand. So when we're doing this, my other fingers are kind of holding that hair in place for me. So I'll go ahead and grip here. As I do so, I'm then trading out. So here, pick up, trade out. Notice when I do that, I'm now gripping between my next 2 fingers, slide down, grip, again here, my next 2 fingers are going to pinch, that frees up my index finger and thumb, under, and we go back and forth, just like that. Okay, this is going to be the exact same motion we're doing when we get to braiding on the scalp. Make sense? Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into the other part. So another common issue that I see when people are braiding is I notice they struggle quite a bit with parting the hair out. So I see a lot of people where they're parting through here and they want to do the same size section all the way down. The problem is when they get to the back, then they run out of space back here. And now they get into the middle and all of a sudden they've got braids that are stopping way up here, or you have your braids that are going on a slant because you ran out of space in the back of the neck. So let's consider back here, see the size of the nape? Like if I look back here, the size of my nape is less than the breadth of the comb here. Whereas when I come to the middle of the head, you can see that same space is more than double. So we've got that amount of space there. Same situation in the front, more than double. So what I highly encourage you to do is go ahead and start here. We're gonna keep it that same width. And then as soon as you get past the ear, I want you to narrow it way, way down. All right, we're gonna go ahead and clip some of that hair out of the way. And then let me show you what I'm talking about. So you can see here, we've got about 1 inch. But when I come back here, look how much more narrow my section is. The reason why I do that is because as soon as we come behind the ear, that scalp is going to narrow down. So I want to ensure that I am braiding with the scalp in mind and with the head shape in mind as well. Now to keep some of those extra flyaways out of the way, you can go ahead and just clip right along the edge here. You can also use a braiding gel if you choose, but I want to focus on technique in this video here. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by taking that section there, and we're going to just part that out in a small triangle. I personally prefer to start out in triangles. If you prefer to start in rectangles, that is fine as well, especially if you're doing stitch braids, but this is a standard cornrowing tutorial, so I'm not going to focus as much on that. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a triangle, parting that off. And notice my hands are facing to where my knuckles are against the head. That's gonna be important. I wanna make sure I keep my hands close the whole time. So now that I've got all 3 pieces, you can see I've got 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna go ahead and begin by reaching under and just kind of grabbing those pieces. So I'm gonna reach under, grab, reach under, grab. Now from there, I'm gonna come underneath here and we're gonna grab again. And notice as I'm doing that, I'm pinching just a small amount of hair at that scalp. I'll go underneath that and we're gonna pinch again. I'm then grabbing a small amount of hair at the scalp there. Going under and pinching. And you'll notice I'm keeping my hands close to the head. What I don't want to do is have my hands way out here, because way out here means my braids are gonna be looser. Whereas if I keep my hands nice and close and come underneath the middle, grab, underneath the middle, grab, I'm able to pick that hair up and not have any issues. So we're gonna come under the middle and grab the left. Under the middle, grab the right. And we're gonna continue that process going. Let me turn her just a little bit for you. Coming here, under the middle, grab, under the middle, grab. Now this is a bit of a larger braid. I will say I prefer to do smaller sections, but I want you to be able to easily see. So I'm gonna demonstrate this one and then I'll do a smaller one so you can easily see the difference in there. Coming under the middle and grab. Now typically if I'm working on a live client, when I get behind the ear, I want you to tilt your head forward. The reason why is because it's gonna stretch that skin in the neck so you don't end up with those bumps down here in the nape that end up causing hair loss later. So we're gonna come in, under the middle, under the middle, under the middle, under the middle. And we just continue that process all the way down. And notice at no point do you see me lifting up to try to see what's underneath there. If I'm lifting that hair up, I'm creating looseness at the base of the braid and it's gonna cause issues with how well that braid wants to tie in. All the way down, just like that. Now, I'll be honest with you, this is not the way I naturally braid, but I wanna make sure that no matter how you grip the hair, that you're learning the skill. That's what matters most to me. After I get down past where the hair is added, then I can change my hand position and start focusing on whatever's comfortable for me, and then my client can go ahead and bring their head back up with no issues. So that leaves us with this braid here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and part out a smaller section so you can see when I'm working with that same technique and the braids are smaller, just how neat that's gonna clean it up. Okay, even though we're working with a smaller braid, I still wanna keep my size in mind. So I'm gonna come through, parting out, and you can see that's a much smaller size section, but I'm still going to carve that down. So we're gonna come a little wider around the bend because the head widens through there, and then we're gonna narrow way down in that nape area. This way we have a good degree of space in there. Now I will admit to you, this gets easier the more you do it and the more you learn head shapes, because everyone's head shape is a little different, but you wanna ensure that you're keeping in mind nearly every head is gonna be wider from here on forward than it is from the ear on back. We'll go ahead and clip right here, and then we're gonna do the same technique that we did on our previous braid. So here I'll go ahead and I'm going to grip rectangularly instead of triangle. Let me zoom you in a little bit so you can see more easily. And by the way, you don't have to have nails to do this. My nails are just currently at this length. If I need to do another tutorial without nails to show that to you, that's fine too. I'm gonna go ahead and part off my 3 sections just like this. And then I'm going to grip this way. So coming under, grab, right under middle, pick that up, left under middle, right under middle, left under middle. We just continue that process all the way throughout. So we're just kind of sticking with that same pattern of right under left under, right under, left under. I'm just kind of naturally passing that hair off. I want you to see how if you stick with that pattern and walk your way through it, it makes it a little bit easier. Now, if you get frustrated while you're learning this, that's fine. Keep in mind, frustration is part of the learning process. It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to need a break. If you get frustrated, take the break that you need and then come back and still finish out. I also want you not to take this down. So do one braid. If it's not looking like you want it to, continue braiding, work your way through that. Do your next one. What we're looking for is improvement. We're looking for progress, not perfection. If you're looking for perfection, it will impede your progress every time because you're waiting on it to be just right. And sometimes you got to get it done before you get it perfect. Left under middle, right under middle. Left under middle, right under middle. Just like that. Again, getting behind the ear, so we want to tilt that head forward. That's going to stretch out that skin and prevent those bumps in the nape that causes traction alopecia. Traction alopecia is a form of baldness that comes from pulling the hair too tight, and it's very common if we're doing braids incorrectly. There we go, and we'll just continue that same process all the way down. So get the left under the middle, pick that right strand and pull it under the middle. Left under the middle, right strand, pull it under the middle. And we're just gonna work that all the way down. Let me see if I can get it for you straight on so you can see a bit different. Left under. Notice at no point do you see me removing this hair from the head. So you don't see me lifting up. I'm gonna stay down at the scalp. That keeps the braid down at the scalp. Just like that. And once I get all the way down to the nape, then I can switch up my hand position and we can change the way we're braiding in general. Let's move some of that hair out of the way there. Just like that. Then from there, if you're not adding in any hair, you can just take a rubber band and rubber band off the ends of the hair here so it doesn't come unbraided. But that's how you do a cornrow with an underhand style of braiding versus an overhand style of braiding. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions or if you had any aha moments in the comment section down below. Until next time, take care, God bless, and stay glam. You know I love you, boo. Bye.